I am here with Olivier Aubin-Mercier, PFL lightweight champion, returns to action June 23rd, PFL 6 in Atlanta, Georgia. Olivier, first of all, how are you doing today?
I'm good, and you? How are you?
I am fantastic. Always appreciate the time. Obviously, you're coming off a big win here, and I wanted to start with that. I mean, it was a great start to the season. You defeat the big free agent signing in Shane Burgos. So now that a month or so has passed, just what are your feelings on that performance?
I don't have a lot of feelings about the performance. It's not the UFC. It's just a win in the PFL. It's the first win before I have to fight again and then again and then again. So I mean, it would be great if it was a final, but it was not. So I have three more fights to do. So it's just a stepping stone, for the next fight, and it's gonna be the same thing with my next opponent. I mean, PFL is different, so it's like I cannot really think a lot about any win I got there.
Fair enough, and that's interesting, I guess, because I was going to ask, between seasons, you kind of debated whether or not you were even going to come back for this season. So, that win over Burgos doesn't solidify that you made the right choice, or does it in a way?
Uh, maybe I made the right choice. Um, but it's I still have a long road to do. So we're gonna see we're gonna see later. It's the first fight is the easy fight. The second fight is the okay fight, and the third fight is the hard one. And then the final, it's not that bad either. But it's really the third fight that's gonna be hard, I think.
And is that just the timing of it, having to do the three so close together, and then you get a bit of a break before the final?
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much it. I mean, in between the first and second fight, there is some time off, but not a lot. You don't have a lot of time to eat up, but still your body can take it. But after the second fight, you're broke, man. It's really hard on yourself. So it's yeah, I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest.
Well, I can't say I'm not because I'm definitely looking forward to you moving on again. And there are all of three Canadians, I think, in the PFL in yourself, Julia Budd. And now you wind up in a matchup with the third one in Anthony the Genius Romero. I mean, when you got the matchup, did you kind of look at it and go, are you kidding me? You got me fighting the only other Canadian around here?
To be honest, I didn't know who he was. Um, and I mean, I think he was what they told because they gave me another name before, and then they like maybe 5 hours after they said, oh, there's somebody new, and then they give me the name, but I didn't really look it up, and I told my coaches, and it was like, oh yeah, I think he's a Canadian. So actually, my coaches who told me he was a Canadian because he knew him because he thought at some point he was going to fight one of my training partner, one of my friends, Mick Dufar, and that's how he knew him. But he was pretty surprised I was fighting him.
Well, I will say it did come of a bit of a surprise. Did they give you any reason for why the change in names happened? You said they had someone else originally.
Yeah, they give me someone else. I don't even remember the name of the other guy. And I think it took 5 hours for the guy to pull out. So it was quick. So it's okay. I mean, I think the guy maybe was hurt or something. So he said it as soon as he knew. So that's really good on him. And then they give me another name, and it was Romero.
Well, now that you've been able to familiarize yourself with Anthony a little, I mean, he trains down at Niagara Top Team. He's got his own gym, Genius MMA. I mean, from what you've seen of him, how do you see this matchup going?
I didn't watch video yet. I didn't watch anything from him yet. The only thing I know about him is some friend of mine who trained with him. So they are like they talked to me about the matchup, and that's pretty much it. But I'm gonna check some video of his pretty soon, I think. But I don't think I'm in a rush. You know, there's still a lot of time, and things can change too. You know, maybe he's gonna get hurt. So I'm just gonna train right now, get in shape, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, no, it's not really a big part of my. Um, anyway, not yet, but it's not a big part of of my life, I would say.
Fair enough, and of course the injury is always potentially a factor. And I imagine, and I think we talked about this a little bit in the past. I mean, when you've got this kind of shortened schedule, is it just better to focus on yourself more, anyways?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. You know, like I said, I don't spar anymore, so it's like it's a little bit easier on the body, and now I have some money, so I can see some specialists, you know, to wheel me up. So I guess that's good.
Absolutely. Now, one of the factors here, and I don't know how much this plays into your line of thinking, is that nobody got a finish in the lightweight division in that first fight of the season. So everybody's basically got 3 points, and it feels like even if you get a decision here, you probably advance into the playoffs. I mean, do you think about that stuff at all when you're preparing for this?
No, I don't. I don't think about that stuff. I mean, my goal is to win. Um, maybe if I lost the first fight, I would think about that. But I mean, to if you win your 2 fights, you're pretty much doing the tournament, you know. So I was not really thinking about that.
Fair enough. Now, the tournament is still to come. We did see some other big PFL news in the past couple of days. First of all,
Yeah,
yesterday,
that's true. Yeah.
Francis Ngannou, we kind of knew for a while. He said he had made his decision. He did the video, the teaser with the blue background, and if you saw that blue, you go, yeah, that's PFL blue. But what do you think of him landing in the PFL?
I mean, it's a big move, you know. It's this year. I think there was two big move. The Jake, what is his name? Jake Paul. Yeah,
Jake
Jake
Paul, yeah.
Paul. And then this move. So I think they really tried to build something big, you know, to compete with the UFC. And you probably know the other rumor, you know, the Bellator rumor. So I guess if they do all that, it's gonna be pretty interesting.
Well, it absolutely is. I've heard the rumors. I can't get any confirmation. Obviously, you've heard them, but I imagine just to be part of this right now is pretty exciting for you as a PFL fighter for what's to come.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's exciting. You know, it's exciting for a lot of reasons. But yeah, for
Oh, we just lost your audio.
sure, the sign with us, and he's French. You know, so we like French in Quebec. So uh,
Abs Absolutely.
here are
You just cut out a little there at the end again. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
All right, we're good now. Yeah,
I think someone tried to call me. That's why.
gotcha. No worries. So definitely looking forward to Francis Ngannou. And then, some other news that kind of came out, and people don't seem to be talking about this as much, but, a bunch of fighters were flagged in Nevada,
Yeah,
failed
that
drug
was so
tests.
crazy, man.
So it is and it isn't, because you figure, okay, you go to Nevada, that commission's been around for a long time. They are going to do some pretty decent testing, and look at the number that got popped across 3 events, to be clear. It wasn't like 10 people on one card. I think what
Well,
people aren't mentioning, though, the PFL has apparently reached out to USADA, and I'm curious as to what you feel about maybe USADA coming in and doing testing for the PFL.
well, I think that's like if with all the big signing with if they want to compete with the UFC, they have no choice. I think they have no choice to do it. nobody's gonna take them seriously if they don't do it. So I think it's a no-brainer for them to get USADA in there. But yeah, I think when I saw that there was 8 people, like getting cut, I was like, bro, like that's insane, and I think it was the 2 first events that people got cut. I don't know if in our event it was different, but and I was wondering like what's the difference between like Las Vegas and other commission? Is there a difference, or are they like pushing more the test? I don't know. So yeah, no, I was surprising, but like it's always funny. I was a little bit texting them, to tease them a little bit, but yeah, I guess it had to happen, But what I do feel bad for though, it's all the people, the people that lost against some Juicehead. That's pretty sad. I don't know what's gonna happen with that.
Absolutely, and I think that's something the PFL is probably going to have to address. I know a couple of fighters had fought each other, both tested positive, so I guess that cancels out. But like you said, now you've got a situation where you've got a fighter who has a no contest. Would you be in favor of maybe giving them, say, 3 points and treating it like a win?
I don't know. It's a good question, but with that being said, like even though they don't have points, if they bring new people, they all start at the same point. So it's a tough decision to take. What I would do though is give 1 extra point to everybody that beat the Juices.
I like it. I like it. And the good news is no lightweights. I think I double checked, and no lightweights tested positive. So doesn't seem like there's too much turmoil in your weight class, at least.
No, not in lightweight. Not yet. Not yet.
Well, hopefully not to come either. I'm gonna let you go. I really do appreciate the time today, Olivier. Just I know you haven't seen much of Anthony, but
Yeah. What can you tell me about him? Tell me all his secrets.
I wish I could. He did fight on the Contender Series. He went to a
Okay.
decision. I did watch that fight. I don't remember exactly how that fight went. I think it was pretty close. He won. He didn't get the contract because they seem to be favoring finishes there more. He seems pretty well rounded, young. I believe he's 26. So I talked to him ahead of the Challenger Series. He's definitely
Yeah.
definitely hungry. So I guess on
Yeah.
the
And it's a good match. I mean, like for sure, I have more experience, but like it's like he have nothing to lose, to fight me. So like for him, he have always all to win, you know. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. Even though I'm gonna beat him up, I mean, I'm pretty happy for him. He have a pretty good chance here.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head with that one. I mean, he's young. He's getting his foot in the door finally. I think win or lose, you see him back maybe the next season and he gets a full season then. But looking forward to this one. And I'll let you go off this one last question. I mean, you decided to come back for this season. What's kind of your goal long term? I mean, you see the PFL making these moves. Does that make you want to stick around, go to the super fight division? I mean, how do you feel about things moving forward past this season?
To be honest, I don't know what to think about that. I guess I'm gonna see at the end of the year, but I really don't know what to think about that. For sure, I would like to be part of that, but let's see.
Absolutely. Well, looking forward to it. Looking forward to your fight, June 23rd, PFL 6, the Canadian Gangster back in action. Best of luck in the fight. Ollie, thanks again for the time.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
Bye bye.